Yeah, welcome back to the firehouse. For some more firehouse reasoning. The last reason was about returning to childhood. And obviously when one returns to childhood, one can recover one innocence. Today's teaching is going to be about returning to roots in the outer. Life in the physical as it was. One have to return to one physical roots. And there is a lot of hindrance to returning to one true roots in the outer form, as I would say. Caused by a thing I first detected when I was in Jamaica as a kid. I was a very highly sensitive kid. Take for instance America. I never like America, and yet I never been to America. But I never like America because they used to have some people that go to America to do farm work. They would come around and examine people, and those who was of adult age then, because I was only a kid, and they would go to America and work for 6 months, and then they would come back. But when they come back to Jamaica, they wasn't like Jamaican anymore. You know, they started to talk like American, and they have different clothes, and you know, I never liked people who show off on people from I was small. Another thing I detected in Jamaican society, which I say we would say in Jamaica it was mass. Meaning it was hidden, you know, like underground. It wasn't obvious on the surface. I say you would have to be sensitive to pick it up. But there was a lot of racism. Surprised about that. Racism. Not racism, not white man against black man racism, you know. Black man racism. Now this racism come about, like I say, like for instance in the 60s, there wouldn't be any blacks. When I say black, I mean a man of darker hue working in the television. There might be those of lighter complexion or in the banks and such places. You know what I mean? And when we was kids, you could hear people saying, oh, they've got good hair, or you've got bad hair. You know what I mean? They like it when you have what they would consider soft hair. I say they like it better the closer you look to the white man, I say. Or the softer your hair is. So everyone was the society is geared in a way where everyone is judged. The quality of being is judged as to how good your hair is and how light your skin is, as it was. Mind you, I wasn't dark myself, but this is what I was gathering as a youth, you know what I mean? I never like injustice as far back as I could figure it out, you know what I mean? My mind was always on these things. So, you get to find out then that the darker skinned people suffer from what you call, I would call covert racism then, as it was. Now, when I become an adult and start to look into this now, of how this could be, you know what I mean, that we as black people then don't even like our own complexion or our own hair. The closer we look to the original black, the more we seems to dislike that. And the closer we look to our European brothers, the better we seems to like that. You know what I mean? Now how did this come about, I say? Well, For a start then, when we're going back to roots, when I am going back to roots now, in the physical, we find out that really, we are not from Jamaica, our ancestors. Jamaica is actually a prison that our ancestors was brought to. You know, it's a little island, and the ancestors come from a continent. So technically then, Jamaica is a prison for our ancestors. You know what I mean? No, because we was put into this prison, and while we was in this prison, because we can no longer speak the mother tongue as it was then. Because all these, all our culture and everything was removed. And we was reprogrammed, I say, with the language and the custom of whoever brought us here. You know what I mean? Now I'm not just blaming those who brought us here, you know, because some other people on the other side give help to them who brought us here, of course. Not everyone was in agreement with that, but some of what we call the brothers did participate in this. And they did because evil is not a prejudice, man, if you know what I mean. Evil does work off business. Business is business. You know what I mean? But doesn't matter who sell us and who brought us there. The fact is, we end up here. And when we end up over here in this prison, Jamaica, this particular prison, lots of them Brazil and American, Barbados, Guyana, Trinidad, all those are other prisons that they brought the ancestors to anyway. But when they brought them here now, like I'm saying now, these people had their own culture. You know what I mean? They never knew anything. As an example now, like most of you black people are trying to convince me that Jesus died for my sin. Because this is what those who put the ancestors in prison, this is what the prison masters teach to the ancestors as it was. You know what I mean? We was living a long time in our ancestral home before we was either soul captured but was brought to the West. You know what I mean? And there is no history anywhere in our gene pool or our history of God sending anyone or any son or anything like that. You know, man, that is I find it absolutely amazing that this is what year is this again? 2014. You still have beings, yeah, all over the world going on about God sending Jesus here when such a thing cannot be done. Because God is here. Why would God want to send anybody here? It is just utter stupidity. The teaching of the ignorant. You see what I mean? Those who brutalize, like I'm telling you, our ancestors and teach this bullshit to them. You know what I mean? It's like the whole of Christianity, whether you want to know it or not. You are following a Roman design then, or what the Roman organized. Even though you're calling yourself Protestant, Seventh-day Baptist, Mormon, whatever you call yourself, because whatever you are calling yourself, you are still holding on to that idiotic idea that God sent His Son here to die. You see what I mean? And it's just utterly stupid. Well, it wasn't a stupid thing for the slave master to use. Because right now, you know, human beings are like I say, like how you farm fish, or how you farm, how you herd goats and horses or donkey, whatever you herd or whatever you farm. So you have a elite set of people farming you human beings. You know what I mean? And giving you ideas of what to think and how to think it. When to pray, what time to go on your stupid pilgrimage or whatever, you know. What time to go into the church that they build for you to go into, or the mosque, or the goddamn synagogue. You see what I mean? You are nothing more than, like I say, how you would keep cattle. You know? Train you up as soldier or police, you know. Because you cannot use your own, you know, your own mind that was freely given to you by the intelligent energy that we call God. You are not willing to think for yourself. So therefore you have to remain, like I say, just like a goddamn cattle. You see what I mean? No, you don't even want to, like I'm saying, speaking in the outward form, as a black man then, look into your own history and understand your own history and learn to think for yourself. You don't understand? You are in Africa now. Well, Africa or outside of Africa. Because this is Firehouse. So things are always, I say, painful in Firehouse whenever I deliver. You know what I mean? But for example, those of you who are Christian, like I'm saying, blacks, you are goddamn cowards. You've adopted the very tool that the oppressors used to oppress our ancestors. You know what I mean? And try and reinforce that in your own children. And then you who call yourself Muslim as well. You're not a member of this family. You should be in the desert in the sands. You know what I mean? That is just something that come about, I say 1400 years ago. And you want to come and teach that to my ancestor who's been around, I don't know. You've deserted your family. So now when you look into Africa now, you don't find any Africans, really. What you find are those who are programmed, or those who are there breeding as a Muslim or Christians. Those who have gone away from their ancestral root and refuse to think for themselves. Go and follow some man, either Muhammad or Jesus, that these devils tell them that God sent to them as prophets. When all the time we've been living in Africa, God never sent any prophet to us, and we never wanted God to send any, because we know God was here. And we live with God naturally. You see what I mean? But now, like we say, you are lost in Babylon. And ain't no way of finding your way back home unless you repatriate back to Africa mentally. You don't have to go there physically, you know what I mean? You just have to remember mentally that you're not from our ancestors, never come out of the desert. And neither did they come out from Rome where they come with this Jesus thing or whatever, you know what I mean? Your history have just been hidden away from you to the effect now, like I say, where black people are ashamed of being black people. They'll do anything they can to look as close as they can to Europeans then. You know? They're not comfortable with their natural hair, because they claim that the hair is that God give them is bad hair. Imagine that though. You don't know the reason, like I said before, why the creative energy give us this hair. Yet you let somebody convince you that your hair is bad. And now you convince yourself that yes, my hair is bad and it's very difficult to manage. You know, God should have given me hair, like straight hair. So because God never do it, I now have to do it. You know, a lot of you just fry off your hair with hot iron and all kind of thing. Do more damage psychologically and physically. Drive yourself more into darkness, I say. You see what I mean? Just because of a refusal to accept who you are, or for others to accept who we are as well. You see what I mean? Because this is why I say a lot of human beings don't develop, because in general you are racist. Because I know in general you still believe in yourself that you are in some way superior. If you are China man or white man or Indian man or lighter skin man, you're still in your psyche somewhere there. I have a feeling that somehow if a man was as black as Ace of Spades, then you were superior to such a being. Because in some way you must be reasoning that God created you, or God is like you then. You see what I mean? Because God is a racist, so God must have instilled a bit more intelligence in you than he would in the darker you. If you know what I mean. But the world is built like that. You know what I mean? And that go on. And this is racism, like I say, it's not a thing of to be a black and white thing. You see, it's running the psyche a lot different than that. Even in England here, white people are racist against white people. Why some might come from Liverpool and Birmingham and they don't like that one because, you know what I mean? Or a class kind of racism or whatever. But in this reason, you know, I'm dealing with the physical black racism. You see what I mean? That has affected, I say it's a disease that has affected the mind of the family. You see, where the family become ashamed of who we are, so that we cannot rely on our own self, but we have to leave now and go and follow those who I say come from out of the desert. Like the Arabs, and say God said Muhammad sent him, or this other one, or this other idiot who come and say Jesus, God sent Jesus. You know what I mean? Who do you think God sent to lead our ancestors before these people, these prophets come about 2,000 years ago, or 1,400 years? Who was leading them? Or do you reckon like they tell you we never had any intelligence? Maybe we never built no pyramid nor nothing, it was really aliens who come and set up the runnings. You see what I mean? So to get back, for you to get back to physical roots in the outer, you have to deal with all these issues. And if you, as a black man, then like I'm telling you, if you are a Christian, you cannot enter firehouse. If you are a Muslim, you cannot do it. You cannot know, in other words, when I'm saying you cannot enter firehouse, you cannot know the truth. Because you're not being guided by your conscience, are you? You've been guided by a book, what man write and tell you. And what man I tell you when to pray and how to pray and what time. And when to go on pilgrimage and do whatever. Because you are following instruction from men. You see what I mean? But to know the truth, you have to follow the instruction of thy own conscience. The giver of light itself. You see what I mean? So you cannot know yourself as a being, if you know what I mean, because you cannot know yourself then as a black man, if you want to put it that way, like we're reasoning now, since as we're dealing with the physical. You cannot know yourself, because you've gone away, you know, you've gone away from your roots. Like I say, you are now like a tree that has been engrafted onto a next tree. But you know not your own roots. You see what I mean? And from you don't know your roots, like I'm saying, you have gone astray. Because now you are following those, like I say, who are believers rather than knowers. You see? And a believer, trust me, right? Just like the rest, believers do not know. And when you are believing something, it's just like you are presuming, you're guessing. And you always guess wrong. So all believers are wrong. And instead of you now, like I'm saying, knowing, which we as soldiers, we deal with knowing. Living so that we can know the living energy that we call God then. No, you've left and let somebody convince you that God sent this person. How come God never sent, like I said, curly hair being natural black African, so that and all the rest of humanity know about this one? No. It's always him said Muhammad as him is an Arab and Jesus and Buddha and who else him send. Oh, I don't see God sending any curly hair. God don't send none. These are just the idiots speaking. The people who God sent prophets to are fools. Yeah. Because God don't send them, so they must create their own prophets. Like I see the Pope create 2 new saints the other day. Two of his popes. You know? He never seems to leave outside the Roman Catholic order and they have to wait, somebody have to pray to them and they get healed before they can do it. So maybe no China man or black man ain't doing it, so that's why they have been made saints. You see what I mean? But these people are it's just ridiculous anyway, just totally ridiculous. I can't believe that the family has been deceived for so long by this bullshit through an unwillingness to think for yourself. You see what I mean? You follow this, well, you're not the only one following this bullshit, you know. It's captured lots of mind, but I'm addressing those who we call African then. And who I say you are no longer African. You don't qualify as an African. You qualify as a Christian or a Muslim. A being that is still under slavery. Not physical this time, but total mental slavery. You know how long we've been in slavery, that you should have by now have the strength to fight out of it. But no, I still see that in this time, because I see it in all them there, where I go. And you have people now who leave from Africa, our young blacks, trying to convince me that Jesus died for me. Trying to put my mind into mental slavery. I'm saying, you know how long I'm fighting from a kid, I fight and release myself from such delusion. And you now come because you was born into slavery. And the slave master don't have to enforce slavery no more. Because you are the ones now who is willing to spread the slavery and the stupidity. You know? About God sending Jesus. This is simple in life. We are here to make a choice. You see what I mean? Life is running already, positive and negative, good and bad. Why would God want to send anybody here? God is already talking to you already. It's like these idiots who are run about, they are possessed by the devil. You are already possessed. All human beings are possessed by the devil already. The devil is already in you, tempting you. Don't need to possess you. And he's got no desire to possess you either. He's only there to infuse negativity in your mind then. And for you to choose between conscience who is infusing positivity in your mind. You know, I idle about and talk about God send. God cannot send, never send. Those are for the exploiters, the ungodly and sick human beings. who up till this day, like I'm saying, still see the goddamn Pope dressing up in stupid goddamn silly robes, performing stupid ritual, reading stupidness in Latin. It doesn't mean anything. This devil is going to pay for all that bullshit when they come for him. Just like all the other Pope who was up there pretending before him. Because that's all they're doing. They are pretending, they are believers. They believe in Jesus Christ, and Jesus Christ is not real. None of the prophets that the Jew man talk about is real either. Just like he's the one who claimed that God chose him. God chose you to rule this world, innit? And you're behaving exactly like that. But you're a liar. And all of your prophets are liars. You know, it's just a story. Hey, chiefly you, Mr. Juma, like I say, going on about Abraham. Did Abraham not come to Africa and the Africans circumcise him? So who is the Jew? He never come there and circumcise Africans. He went to Egypt and they circumcised him there and give him a little wife. As according to you, that is, you know. It's only a story, but if it was true, your stupid story. If it was true, it would have been the African who circumcised him. He was a wild man coming from a tribe that they used to kill the firstborn. And when he went to Africa, they showed him that no, you can sacrifice a lamb, circumcise him and give him a wife, teach him a bit of civilization, you know. But it's only a story anyway. The Jew man is writing a story. You don't believe that Moses parted the sea, do you? You still have some gullible, stupid, backward, foolish man who actually did believe. Or still, well, you can only believe such stupidity that Moses lift up his rod and part ceiling. Because we was keeping the Jews in Africa as slaves. We never had any slave in Africa. So God didn't have to send none of his stupid prophet down there to part in the sea. You know, that's just a story that they're telling you again to keep you mesmerized. You see what I mean? But the reason why they keep you mesmerized as well with these idiocy, guess what it is now? Because whether it is the in and the out you're penetrating, you have to carry your honesty with you. You see what I mean? You have to be in your everyday life living honest and truthful with a clean intention. And if you are not doing that, well, your eyes are going to be clouded and you won't be able to see. You see what I mean? So you can be easily deceived. They can tell you any story about how God sent this and this thing happen and all this, you know. But nothing don't go like that. If things go like the way they are telling you, then that means God is a racist, then. Because him definitely don't deal with no black man and an equal priority then. Like when I say to the Muslims, so what about the black man that is equal then? They tell me about Balal. Boy, I'm not dealing with, me don't want Balal, me want a boy who equal to Muhammad to the fullest. A blood clot about Balal. Balal was a slave and they said the Muslim free him. How can you free me? How could any man give me my freedom? Did you create me? I don't accept my freedom of no boy. So when I'm talking equal, I mean equal. I don't mean no blood clot second in command. I mean show me a black man who is equal to the boy Jesus that you keep harping blood clot about. You see what I mean? Yeah, equal to that. Because we deal with equal rights and justice. We don't bow to men or look up to men. We look them directly in the eye as a fire. You see, man? No joke. I don't compromise my right. And I don't look to human beings for my right because you are not my creator. I get my rights from my creator which dwell within you all as well. You see what I mean? That's where I know my rights from. I don't have to argue with anyone about my rights or my equality. Where I get my rights from, I am equal to any being who ever come out a pussy and walk on this planet. We don't care who the boy was. You see what I mean? And any other being anywhere in the universe as well. Equal. Because the one that I don't know deal with equality for all, not just for some. And have no special and is interested in no one special. You see, you are here to make a choice, seriously. That's how it is. Say God favor no one, you know. This is the real fire God that I'm on about, you know. Not the one that the believers believe in, you know. Who seems to show favors to some and preference to some. No. But the real God show preference to no one. The real God is like in the God that they believe in, they say many are called and few are chosen. That is the God that they believe in. But the God that I know, all are called, but only a few choose to go. See what I mean? They are too busy by the distraction of what is going on around them, and they are too involved in their prejudice and racism against each other and sexism and you know what I mean? The same way I'm applying the how they are racist against you if you are black skin then. I could be saying the same thing how they are racist against women. Those women, not even the color, those women in general. You see what I mean? The same argument going on. Because women have no right here. Well, they don't even know the right. I look like them don't even want to know the right. But they have no right anyway. Because for some reason this male chauvinist pig of when you're not using your intelligence, you know, you are totally bonkers. So they have imbalanced everything by just making it a male thing. Even in the things that you think they would have a balance then, that they are claiming to worship God or follow God, you find a total imbalance in their religion, in their outward form. Because I tell you, the outward form of every religion is wrong. The inward part is right, but the out, you know, because life is in and out. But in their outward form of religion, it's only nowadays because women are making up nice, they're trying to squeeze one or two women in. But it's not a woman club, it's a man club. In their own lunatical mentality, God only deal with the man. So therefore, even if him send a prophet is a man anyway, and Jesus is a man, and Muhammad is a man, and Buddha is a man, and everybody is a man who is a very upstanding. You see? Like truth is reserved for men. I don't see the sunshine being reserved just for men. And truth is like the sunshine. So how could this be? Unless this is something that was perpetuated by idiotic and foolish men. And maybe even some women who join these idiots. You know what I mean? But that's got nothing to do with truth, and that's not reflecting balance. Anyway, either, you know what I mean? All you see in their organization is like I say, a male club. Similar thing like how they have a golf club and it's only man who go there and play golf. Same thing with the religion, it's just man. They will allow women, you know, don't get me wrong, you know. Most of the women make up the congregation of these establishments. Women is their biggest support, but in the upper order of where they would say decisions are made there, it is always made by these male chauvinistic pig of a men without no influence of any femininity amongst them at all. If they go to choose the goddamn pope, is a lot of men in red hat. And the men in red hat decide, oh, this boy is the next pope, and all the women go crying like fool, you know. And they never had anything, and next minute they call in the same man that these other men elect, they calling him the Holy Father. And bowing, kissing his hand, and what has speaking the truth got to with anyone kissing your hand? Ain't no magic about that. Say you speaking truth, why people should come about and kiss your hand. Kiss your hand for what? What are they hoping to get if you should see me and you want to kiss me? You can't get nothing out of that. You know what I mean? Yes, if you're a woman and you want to hug me up and kiss me, that's a different thing, you know? But I don't want no boy come kiss me up me and all them things. I'm not into that. I'm just into women hugging me up and kissing me. Why am I into men wanting to kiss me and going on and you know? Well, like I say, you know, don't forget this is Firehouse, you know? So I and I come to destroy all those kind of things with the living fire for real. You know, all the believers, because we are living in a time where men should know, and you can know. It's not as if we can't know. It's easy to know. All you have to do to know is stop the wrongs that you're doing, because the wrongs that you're doing are blinding you. It's like a shield over the eye. So sit down, like I say, when you you don't have to sit down when you're walking, while you're driving, like I say, when you're on your toilet, and just think about the things that you're doing. And when you see the wrongs, which you know, you have the insight to see, you just stop them. When you stop them, the truth will start to dawn on you then. You know? And then you will know. So you don't have to believe in anything. Because once you are believing, like I say, you are in the dark. You can't know. So you have a group of people then, like as an example, like I say, they believe in God. I don't believe in God. I know God. You see what I mean? That is the difference. So the Pope and them, they are praying to God, are praying to Jesus because they believe in that. But I know God. So because I know God now, I know that these idiots can't be praying to God. Because I know God in it. So that means they must be deluded. I say I can bet my soul on that. That every single believer in the world or the universe are deluded and are praying to a God that don't exist. Because I know the real God. And when you know the real God, you don't do that blood clot. You don't go about believing and praying to and talk about Jesus or Buddha or Muhammad or nothing. How could you do it when you know the real God? You just blood clot speak what the real God teach you. Because the real God is a teacher, you know. The real God is not just passively there. You see, he's a teacher. And if God teaches you, you can't be stupid. Trust me. Yeah, you might think I'm stupid, but I know that if God teach me, I cannot be stupid. And anything that I say must be right as well, because God teach it to me. So God has teach me that any fucker who is a believer is a blind person, one who is not willing to correct the faults that is within their own being. So hence they might end up believing because they are cowards. You see what I mean? All of you who believe in the prophets and the saint and the angel or whatever, you are blind, ignorant. You are being kept, like I say, like how they farm donkeys and horses and goats and sheep or chicken. Your mind is just like that. You've been herded. You cannot think for yourself. You are forced to think as a group, as a herd. You're cattle. If there's a hell, what do you think it would be better if you go there yourself then? By using your own judgment. You know what I mean? It would be better if you lead your own self there. Excuse that. Rather than to let somebody else, right, idiotic idea lead you to hell. You know what I mean? Because all believers, I don't care which denomination you come from, as long as you are a believer, you are still in the dark, ignorant. And if you are believing, like I say, in Muhammad, Jesus, Buddha, Selassie, any man you believe in them, like I said, believers are idiots anyway, because believers do not know. You see what I mean? And this is a time when we are here to destroy the house of the believers and those who believe. Like I say, it's like oxing off, taking off the outer shell to reveal the truth that is within. Because like I say, the truth is within all religion, but not in their outward form. The outward form must be removed and destroyed. Just like I'm here to destroy all wise men as well, because no man is wise. You see what I mean? Wisdom can only come from one place, like sunlight, from the one that is within. So no one can be wise, really. So no one can claim to be wise. You see what I mean? I'm here to destroy the philosopher. Those kind of people claiming that they are master. Destroy all master. You see what I mean? I is the master of all these things. Yet I am master of nothing. Yeah, but because God is the master philosopher and the master wisdom and the master teacher and the master ethics and the master, once anyone link with you, they become that without even knowing that they are. I even want to be. You see what I mean? So I don't want to be no master philosopher, no master wisdom or nothing. But you just become that anyway. You know, big deal. But when you become that, you know that you fuck all anyway, still, because you're nothing. I am not nothing, it's not my thing, it's your things. So therefore I wouldn't be running about saying, oh yeah man. No, it's just a mirror reflecting the will. And I am not interested in nothing either. I am just interested in one thing, reflecting the will of the living God that is within all. You see what I mean? In the male and the female, and like we start off the reasoning in those very men who are called black men then, who a certain section of creation seems not to like or want to get black then as it was. You know, there seems to be prejudice against the color black. You know what I mean? And even the blacks themselves, like I'm saying, when I was a kid, I've noticed that they too are prejudiced against this color and will go to extreme length to iron out their hair, or, you know, some of them to bleach up themselves and, you know, to change themselves from the way that the creative energy created them. You see, because I think we fall into this because after generation and generation, we become ashamed of being black because we was told that we was just slave people, you know what I mean? And for a long time we swallowed that. That we was, you know, we were just savage running about in Africa, you know? And, you know, God had to send these people to civilize us. So our true history was lost for a long time, if you know what I mean. It's just lately that we've been managing now to reconnect, as it was, the true story of our long history, as it was, you know what I mean? I mean, if you tell black man, really, some black man that, listen, brethren, we had the first universities, you know, surging and things like that, right there in Africa, they would never believe it. Because I say black man don't keep history. We are the masters of keeping history, in stone, and we had lots and papyrus when these devils, the Arab and European, they burn a lot of these things. Or if they haven't burned it, they have it hiding in their museum, you know. They even dig up the ancestors' body and have it parading and making money out of it. See what I mean? That's how masterful our ancestors was. But yet now, because we don't know nothing, we are ashamed to be black, because we don't think that if a man is black, then no intelligence cannot be within him. This is a scan to the history, you know, of how we come to get lost and what we end up believing in. But all this, like I'm telling you now, man. Well, in the ninth house, like I said, we destroy all things. So right in the fire here now, we destroy every prophet that God has ever sent. When we reach firehouse, fire for that. No, we don't deal in any prophet. Well, God has never sent I any prophet, you know. We don't know about those people who was there. They are right when they say God sent them a prophet. Because whoever they choose as this prophet, I can guarantee you they make a lot of money out of it. Yeah, very profitable. Whoever they say is a prophet, generate a lot of money. Either through books or devotion, a pilgrimage, whatever. So yes, God send them a money prophet. Because God don't send prophet. God don't have any need. The real fire lord, general himself. And the real fire general has always been here, has never been anywhere. That general have no need, right, to send any prophet or anyone. Because that one is always here, you know. A prophet is only a little one man who could manifest himself in a little one place. The one is everywhere at one present, talking to everyone instantly. But a bumbleclad, why would that need a prophet? That don't need any prophet, man. Like I tell you, that one is communicating with everyone instantly. You are the one who is not listening because you got your own choice, you are free. You got your own free will. So you can ignore the will of that one. And run out yourself and say, oh yeah, God sent a prophet, you know. God has never sent no prophet, it's all a lie. You see what I mean? But you would know that confidently, like I say, unless you enter firehouse. You know what I mean? But I can say it confidently anyway, that I have come to destroy all the prophet that God ever sent. Jesus the first one to die. Big prophet, kill that. About man being born of a virgin birth. Like I say, you know, the virgin birth concept is a long story still. We had it in Africa ourselves. But it's a mythological myth. It's a mythological story where one can be born of a virgin birth after one was born of a physical birth. First, mother and father perform the sexual act. Or nowadays they can use the egg and do an artificial thing. But they have to use the sperm. But after mom and dad perform the sexual act now, and you are born now, this is when you can achieve the virgin birth. After when you come to a certain age in your life, and you stop the wrongs that you're doing, cease them, you will produce a new being within yourself. This being will come about without any sex. The virgin birth come about through positive action. You know, one work and produce this. You know, same returning back to childhood, returning back and resurrecting the innocent being that you come here as. But now you do it without physical sex. Man and woman can do it. There's no miracle about it. But the way that these goons are saying, Mary give birth and Mary is the mother of God and you know, that mean like I say before, God is a white man and Mary white, God white, everybody white, all of God family white. You know? So I don't know where we come from, or the rest of beings on the planet, you know what I mean? But obviously, like I tell you, those are just stories, you see what I mean? Because like I tell you, at the deeper depths of things when you come to Firehouse, because we deal with the in and out teaching. And yet when you come to the inner, because what is out is different from what is within. You see what I mean? So on the outer side then, because we destroy the outer in this fire, so even the physical body is going to get removed. You see what I mean? So when we destroy the body of the black and fuck up the body of the white and China and brown man, guess what left there now? Just the spirit that is dwelling in the body, and that spirit have no color. Yes, everything is one. Like I tell you, if you ask a black man what color his mind is, he do not know, neither the white man what we call, because everyone is one. You see what I mean? But you have to, like I say, it's the same thing with religion. We have to destroy the outer form of it to get to the inner. Otherwise the outer form will deceive you. You see what I mean? Just like how I tell you, you are deceived by my body. Because now you're convinced that I'm a black man, innit? Rastafari. Convince everybody. And each man, the other man convinced that he's a white man. When technically, if we want to call it that, that is just the carriage that we are riding in. We are not our carriage. We are spirit dwelling in a body. Like I said, a mighty death will be sweeping through soon to remove you from out of that body. Yeah. And then, you know, but you can't touch the spirit still. You see? That's a constant, never changing. You see what I mean? I was telling that to a woman today, you know, I say, you know, death is an illusion still. You know? The reason why you die is because you are living in the body, which is a physical thing and is subject to change. And anything that is subject to change must die. But the spirit within is a constant. So from you know who you are, you can never change, you never get old. You know? But people don't notice that. But if you have the time to notice it then, like I and I do, you never change. So that means death cannot change that state. So when death comes to the body, you see what I mean? It cannot touch the spirit, because the spirit is not into the changes that is going on within the body. Easier to see, like I say, if you live good. Then you won't have to believe if there's any life after death. You can know it, innit? You don't believe. I don't deal in belief. I know things. So, you know what I mean? So I don't believe, as an example, like I tell you, that the master is within you. I know that the master is within you. Talking to you all the time. I know that the negative one is within you, because I know them both as well. My job to observe the internal then, as well as see the outer. You know what I mean? So this master that I'm telling you about, which is such an easy concept if you would just grasp the idea that what is out, say the universe out there is within. So you can see that you have the sun and the moon out there, you know, operating. So just inside we are planet Earth then. We ourselves represent planet Earth. Each being is planet Earth. And then you have the sun and the moon shining on you, which is your mind and what you call conscience, the giver of light himself, the master, which is beyond the range of the mind. Just like on earth, how the sun is beyond the range of the moon. Same way within. You have your mind and you have the sun that is beyond the range of the mind. But give it light to the mind. If you clean the mind up, in our case that is. You see what I mean? Because the truth will not enter into a dirty vessel, you know what I mean? If the glass is dirty and you pour clean water in here, it will contaminate it. Likewise, the truth will not enter into a dirty mind, one that is greedy and selfish and spiteful, jealous and is into racism and those kind of things. See what I mean? No truth enter that mind. But the minute you go into your mind and get rid of those sentiments, the minute the truth is filling thy mind up, you know, with light, of course, so that one can see clearly and get an understanding, come to know, rather than believe or follow those who believe, because those who believe are blind. You know, God is a serious thing. We don't believe in God. Believing in God is ignorance. One must know God so that one can know how to live godly. You see what I mean? If you believe in God, you're not going to know God. So you'll never know how to live godly, because God won't be teaching you when you believe in God. But when you know God now, yes, God is going to teach you. You see what I mean? But don't forget the choice is with us, you know. God cannot choose us and teach us. We must choose God for God to teach us. And when I say we must choose God, we are the one who must examine our own action and make correction to them. It's not God who is going to examine what we are doing and make correction for us. No, it's we, because we are the one doing it. We must examine our own actions and make correction to them. When we do that now, well, it's like sowing a seed. If you prepare the ground and sow the seed, God will make it multiply. You see what I mean? But first you must come with half of the deal then. So your half of the deal is preparing thyself, getting thy mind ready. I could say the garden, go in your garden, which is the mind, and weed out the weeds, so that they light up the terrible and dreadful God can enter and let thy flower within thy mind bloom. You see what I mean? All these things are practical and what I say, just common sense. God is nothing difficult, you know what I mean? It's easier to know God than to know knowledge, I say. You know, fancy studying to be a nuclear scientist or physicist, or some of them big word thing they when me hear the man them I use, man. And some technical thing, you know what I mean? So to learn those kind of knowledge, you have to be, if you know what I mean. Some people couldn't learn those knowledge of blood clot, I say. Too technical for them. Well, too technical for me, because my mind is as dumb as they come anyway. But check what is right and correct now. Everyone can learn that. You see what I mean? And that is wisdom. So while knowledge might be difficult to gather, then hard to gather for some a certain knowledge, any wisdom at all is dead simple to gather. The simplest thing in the world, all one have to do is learn self-discipline and how to live honestly and truthful with a true intention and desire for what is right and correct and truthful and honest. That's all you have to do. That's all the sentiment you need running within your being to acquire the understanding of God then. You see what I mean? And it is more, like I say, it is more fruitful than knowledge then, if you know what I mean. Because knowledge cannot teach wisdom, but wisdom can teach knowledge. If you know what I mean. Yeah, well, that's just the way how Jah flex it, you see what I mean. Because knowledge-wise, like I'm saying, I would do one of the dumbest beings where knowledge is concerned. I can't learn it. I can't, you know. It's just basic knowledge baffle my man. You see? But yet, I can still learn wisdom. And so can any being. No restriction on it, you know what I mean? That's what we call common sense. You see what I mean? But don't forget, you know, start out this reason where I know this is painful to what we call the black man, you know. But black brothers and sisters, like I'm telling you, there ain't no way coming back onto that painful subject again of you knowing who you are while you are following those who, like I say, abuse the ancestors and bring their disease upon the motherland or infect us with it when they take us out. You know what I mean? Because the few amongst us now who are coming to know self are the, you know, I call us the soul rebels, you know. We've been rebels from time, you know. And to be a rebel now, you cannot take teachings from anyone. You have to get so serious now, as an example, because not all of the ancestors was Anish then if that was the case. But you have to get so serious as a rebel now where we don't take no teaching from no boy, ancestors or otherwise. You see what I mean? Oh, we have to set the mind serious and shed all what we've gathered or what they try to tell us what we hear, you know? Closing the mind to all those things to get right back to roots then. When we get back to roots and we in our own habitat there in Africa, then we can see that Oh yeah man, God is an energy and a power that is everywhere at once. Here in Africa, there in Europe, there in China, there all over the world. So how dare a man now is trying to bring God to Africa? Something is wrong. You see what I mean? That is my point. How come you come evangelizing, baptizing her, you know? It cannot be right. You could not have been, those who started that in the first place could not have been right-minded human beings, because they would have known that God is everywhere at once. So for you to come and tell anyone that God sent a prophet, it's a lie, innit? So why did you lie? What draws you? Huh? What did you see that draws your attention? That even now when you come, you still haven't gone back. You're still there as occupiers, you know? Well, the Arab occupiers, most of Egypt now is not an African country again, innit? There's no rascal call it Egypt. You can't find a black man down there, blood clot. Don't know for Sudan and Libya and all them place there. Because just like how the Israeli has gone now and occupy the Palestinian land under force, so the Arab come there and occupy and has never gone home a rascal. You know what I mean? Spreading their farm of proper blood clot yonder across the continent. I can say, you know, because when it come down to this thing, I know, I say, those Arabs was enslaving their ancestors before the European, you know. And some of the most racist people on the planet, you know, don't like black people at all, you know. And those motherfuckers should, you mean God would send them a prophet to come and teach me? No man, me tell them and that God to move your pussy clot and go away. Leave this blood clot here. No, God cannot send men like that to teach me. Men who don't like me. And I know that. When I'm saying that, you know, I have met them personally, you know, but skimming through the history of what go on then and being sensitive, detecting the fact that these motherfuckers don't really like black man and blood clot. Oh yeah, they will marry the woman them and breed them up like cackles and make the men into eunuchs. Yeah. I never liked the black man or rascal. So I don't know why God now would send those who are tormenting us to educate us at the same time with what they call their holy book. A rascal book are always holy, the Holy Bible, the Holy Quran. I don't know what else is pussy clot holy. But no book is holy. They are telling you the book is holy as if everything in the Bible or the Quran is the word of God. Everything in there is not the word of God. Everything in there is positive and negative, reflecting what life is. That's why most idiots get caught in there who read it and believe in it. Because you get caught by the negative in it. Because your heart is not clean enough to read such book that you are calling holy. You are unholy enough to understand these books. So even your very books that I say you are calling holy, you call it holy to deceive the gullible, so that the gullible believe that everything in there now is now the word of God. And when positive and negative go together, man and wife, so how could you have any book there that's not reflecting that? So Satan is in the book, but you're so scared of the devil, you don't want to admit that the devil is in the book. Don't be scared of the devil like I tell you, because the devil is a part of your own being. It is best for one to get to understand the negative one within oneself. I call that one the negative master. He's everywhere at once as well, just like the other, my master. Anywhere man is so easy. Face of joy, you know. The negative one himself. So don't worry about that. These are things that we are supposed to, like I say, get to understand and observe what is really happening within our being. But how can we do these things, like I say, if we are not honest? If we are blinded by greed and selfishness and prejudice and lust and spite and, racism and all this kind of rascal, like I tell you. Nothing can go like that. If you look just as an example, I say, just look into the setup of the Roman Catholic Church. How can anything go like that? Since its conception, God only chose Romans. Even though they have a few blacks in the church there, you never see them choose one of them as a black pope. Why can't, But even worse, there's no chance of any woman being a rascal pope. And what job is the Pope supposed to do? Speak the fucking truth. You're telling me that a woman couldn't speak the truth? What's the fucking big deal about speaking the truth? A woman got a rascal mouth, yeah? You are telling me now, say the woman live on this and know the truth, that she's not allowed to speak the truth. Nothing can go like that. This is just these men performing, like I say, stupid fucking ritual, excluding a part of themselves because they are afraid and cowardly. Because the feminine principle is a part of the male principle as well. You have a mother and you have a father, so it must run through you. You know what I mean? And yet you are fighting against it. But it's worse, like I say. But man, I don't think it's like sheep. Sheep wouldn't be able to figure out that people are just using them. And it's the same with these goddamn gullible human beings. They will not think for themselves. They will fight you. You'll be willing, some of them will be willing to kill you just if you tell them that Jesus is a load of fucking shit. I can't find the right venom to curse down this fucking bullshit. Bet me soul and it won't know. But yeah, they would rather kill you rather than think and see that it's bullshit. It's not even real. The fucking Romans gathering 325 AD, Constantine called them together and turned Sapphirus before they was worshipping Jesus. The Christians used to fucking worship Sapphirus. Started down in Egypt by the first Greek who wanted Africans to worship him as a god. They started off with them making him a fucking image called Sapphirus. They have a bust of this Sapphirus in the London Museum. There, go and check it out. And for over 200 years, they was called Christian worship. And then when Constantine called the meeting, that's when they decided to switch the name from Sapphirus to Jesus. That time they never had Mary yet. They had some more meeting further along and had these other characters. They was fighting against this bullshit from when they first started in Egypt and Sapphirus. And when they had the meeting, Arius go there and have and says a lot of bullshit, nothing don't go like that. It's not as if it's just today people been fighting against this goddamn stupidity. You know what the Romans had to do to enforce Christianity over Europe? The amount of people they had to slaughter and kill to enforce this stupidity. And now generation later you have it being enthusiastically swallowed by the majority of blacks. Harping on about Jesus. And you go in all the black shows, you see them have a picture of a white Jesus there. Not even Jesus, a picture of somebody Michelangelo paint. I say the paint his boyfriend. And they have this picture there, worshipping the goddamn picture. And talking about Jesus. Picture that the white man give you. That I tell you, the Pope commissioned Michelangelo to draw a picture. You can't have a picture of Jesus because him don't exist. You could have a statue of Ramesses or somebody like that, Imhotep or somebody. Or the great Egyptian pharaoh that lived 3,000 or 4,000 years before Jesus. You could have a picture of them, a drawing or writing about them. But you could never have any picture of Jesus. No artist ever make nothing of him because he never exists. This is just the ideas of those who wanted to rule and control and to herd human beings as cattle and to stop them thinking for themselves. You can't think for yourself if you're following Jesus and thinking about Jesus, are you? That's what it was designed for. But I'm surprised it lasts so long though. How long they say about 2,000 years ago they come up with this bullshit and it still captivates people's mind. Some of them hallucinate, I say, and see some image and say, yes, we meet Jesus. You can't meet Jesus because Jesus is not real. You can't meet the Son of God because the Son of God is not real. The God prophets that you're talking about is not real. The Jew man is the man who conceives of all this bullshit. You never hear the China man going on about how much profit God sent him and all this kind of thing. But they know truthfulness and honesty and in South America, you know. They don't need no rascal prophet. God is here and whatever God need to prophesy, when you live good, God tell you, innit? And you just start. God don't never send you to do it. God never sent me to speak. I just choose to stop doing wrong when I get a little nudge, and then stop it. And then when I find out that God is real, take up the work and do God work, speaking the truth every day. But God never sent me to do it. I choose to do it. I'm a free human being, and so are you. You can't go about hiding behind God sent and God never sent, and you know what I mean. So like I'm saying then, before we wind down this reasoning then, to those who have gone astray from roots, what we call black men, you ain't going to find yourself in this time or any time if you do not get rid of that baggage that you have gathered. That means if you say you are a Muslim, I know you would rather kill than listen though, you know. You'd rather kill than listen, but I don't care, tell it to you anyway. As long as you are saying that you're a Muslim, you are lost. Because you can't know yourself. You're following Muhammad or something. It has nothing to do with God. And as long as you are going harping on about Jesus, you can't know either. It has nothing to do with God, you harping on about Jesus. Because God never sent any one of those men that you are on about. All those are lies. You know? That's just to keep ignorant mind in subjection. You see, so that you cannot know who you are. In this time, if you want to know who you are, you have to put away all your baggage. Whether you are African, European, whoever, you know, we are all one, innit? I told you we one, innit? We're just in different bodies, diverse bodies. And I'm teaching a bit from that angle. But at the end of the day, we're all one. You know what I mean? But so the same thing I would say would go for the European man. He can't know himself if he's harping on about being a Christian, because their ancestors wasn't Christians before. This was enforced on their ancestors about 2,000 years ago. And if they can't happen about being no Muslim either, because their ancestors wasn't no. So if they are following those things, they are going astray, just like what we would call the goddamn black man, innit? And all those who follow those form of hypocrisy and idiocy. Nothing to do with God. Anyway, I hope those who are listening, you know, gather something from this reason. Hopefully it wasn't too painful for you, you know what I mean? But I don't care whether it's want to be painful, the word have to be spoken. You understand what I mean? You are an intelligent being. We're all intelligence. Our intelligence is in us, not in any book or in any other man who you want to be harping on about. Why don't you know this? Or why are you not confident enough in your own intelligence? Why the fuck are you harping on about the intelligence that somebody else got about Jesus or Muhammad or the Ark Rascal or the Angel Gabriel? What about you? What the fuck do you think the Spirit of God is doing in you? What is stopping you rising your own intelligence so that you don't have to look down and look up to these beings that you claim are great? Look them in the eye as an equal being, male and female on a level. See the equality of all, You don't have to see yourself as men as beings. How the fuck can men be superior to females when we are getting the same sunlight? You're not living under a different sun, You live under the same rose-clad sun. So inside, you see the man and the woman. That's why conscience is in all of you. You receive the same light. The idea of superiority and inferiority is a delusion in your own mind. Because there is no such thing in Firehouse. Have you been here? Fuck that superiority, inferiority, male and female. Male and female is a balance. Just like you see, how could any being come about? You see the man have the sperm and the woman have the egg. What are you going to do if you separate? Nothing. So you make up the whole, innit? So yeah. I want to make up the whole with the woman. My mother, my other half, equal, fit together. You see what I mean? Anyway, I like I said, been rapping. So right now we're going to wheel out and fade out from the Firehouse. You see me? Fade out.